Muhammad Ali Jinnah once said, "I do not believe in taking the right decision. I take a decision and make it right." Good evening everyone, this is Ramsha Gul. On the 145th birth anniversary of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, GEMS TV is remembering this role model personality of Pakistan by organizing the mega event, the Jinnah All-Sindh English Declamation Contest 2021. The top 10 speakers who cleared the initial round are now going to compete in the grand finale. But before starting, let me introduce you all to our honorable jury members. All three of our judges belong to the field of education and fulfilling their duties at their very best. Our first jury member is a poetry reciter, a storyteller, and a public speaker. She judged different debate competitions and currently teaching English and English literature. Let's welcome Miss Aisha Lashari. Our next jury member is having more than 10 years of teaching experience in renowned educational institutes of Hyderabad. She has done her master's in computer science and education and currently doing her MPhil from the University of Sindh. Please welcome Miss Nausheen Memon. And the third jury member has done her master's in English literature. She has been teaching for almost 12 years and currently working as a content marketing manager. Please welcome Miss Nida Kanwal. I think it's time to remind the rules and regulations of this competition. A speaker will speak for a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 4 minutes. Marks will be deducted if a speaker fails to wind up his or her speech within the scheduled time. The participant would be judged on the following criteria, such as introduction, matter, pronunciation, accent, and overall style. So without any seconds of doubt, let's move on. I would like to call our first speaker, Fatima Naveed from County Girls College, Hyderabad, is going to be on stage, and her declamation topic is "Leaders are those who empower others." Please welcome Fatima Naveed.
A leader for the sake of a goal which is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom. The leaders today are the rich ones. The leaders today are the politicians. The leaders today are the ones we rely on, and eventually we've forgotten us. Each one of us is a leader. Remember, no man can save you. No woman can save you. No amount of money, status, fame, or wealth can save you, but changing your mindset about being saved is what will save you. What will save you. As a poetess perfectly says, we only talk and inquire, that also with no true desire. We hardly raise our voice, as if we have no choice. Root cause are we, not they, he or she. Let's pledge to fight, to erode this termite, to erode this termite. You are the power you need. You are the only person you want. In order to be a leader, empowerment is to be there. One must first empower himself in order to empower others, because leaders are those who empower others. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for the right situation, for relief, for clarity, because resilience is in a leader's wings. A right might always remembers the nation, and a nation requires dedication. And as patriotic leaders as we all could be, we must remember, in our weal and woe, we all look to thee. Our small or great alike worship thee. In a barren world, God's golden land. Since beginning the world, God's chosen land. We suck the wine, we eat the salt. With our blood we'll the name exalt. Before God and man we promise today to live and die for thee alone, to live and die for thee alone. Despite of all the facts, theories, revolutions that could be, all the powers residing in us, we sleep. We are deaf, dumb and blind to all the realities, to all the powers, to all the changes that could be, and form such circumstances in which a deadly environment with diplomats is formed, where distant screams haunt the night and the streets are filled with empty homes, where starving dogs are left to fight over lost men's meat and children's bones. This is where it really ends. This is where it really ends. A leader has to roar. A leader has to stand against the whole world, even if one has to stand alone. A leader has to stare in the face of the world, and the world might look back with bloodshot eyes. Because leaders are not those who have power, but those who empower others. But those who empower others.
Very well. Now, our next participant is from Rockford Cambridge School, Hyderabad, Muskan Lohana, and her topic is Great Things Never Come From the Comfort Zone. Please welcome Muskan Lohana.
Our brain is the thinking tool, not a storage device. I know most people would agree on it, and the first idea that they might get from it would be school cramming. Every student is familiar with this education system. At first, they make you cram everything, and then in future, the society expects from you to think wisely. But is this even possible? No, it's not. Our brain is the only organ which have been designed in a way that can do wonders for the humans, for the world, and even for ourselves. Let's take a real life example. We might have seen many people in their childhood saying that, oh mother, I want to be a cricketer in my life, or oh father, I want to be an artist in my future. But when they grew up, with the passage of time, they are like, nah, I am okay with being an engineer or doctor. But why? What did make them change their mind? Our education system have been so unfair with the students. They use their brain as a storage device and force them to cram everything. And force them which indirectly makes their brain less efficient to think any further. Now this not only affects our present life but also our future life, because at that time our thinking process had been reduced to an extent that we see the world in the same way as society views it. Apart from this, many people going through hard phase tries to remember those past hurtful memories. They need to understand that it's a burden on themselves, and they should rather use their thinking ability into bringing something bigger for the world to benefit the society and themselves. Storing everything in a brain not only makes it less efficient but also at the risk to die. I personally believe that there should be a separate field for the individual where they are solely focused on thinking. Weren't these wiseful people who use their brains and made these advanced technology that now we are living such a comfortable life? In the end, I would like to say we have been only given one life by Almighty Allah, and we should use it wisely. There are a lot of problems in the world to think about and come with these better solutions for it. Because in the end, there is no harm in it, but only benefit. Thank you.
Thank you, Muskan. The next participant will share his ideas on the same topic as previous. Leaders are those who empower others. Please welcome Muttahar Shamsi from Safi College, Hyderabad.
History is full of those who empower others, who became a light for others, who gave the strength to others, and those are the leaders who empower others. Mr. President, when I saw the topic, the name of many great leaders came to my mind who struggle for themselves and for others, who empower others to be great, to be successful, and to become a leader. As the biggest example, we have our Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, who just not only empowers the Muslims, the Arabs, but the whole world. Under his leadership, the Muslims get the pride and the power that they had never before. They become strong, they have the vision, and they know what is right and what is wrong. Furtherly, we have our Muslim commanders, our Muslim rulers, our Muslim caliphs, like Hajjaj bin Yusuf, known for his cruelty, but despite of his cruelty, he empowers his commander Muhammad bin Qasim, who laterally conquered the Sindh in the early age of 17 and laterally empowers the Muslims to rule it. These leaders are in every field. As I say that, we in Pakistan, we have the many examples of these leaders in the field of technology. We have Arfa Karim, we have Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan. In the field of entertainment, we have Umar Sharif, we have legendary Amjad Sabri. In the field of sports, we have Jahangir Khan, we have Hanif Khan, we have Muhammad Asif, who empowers the juniors of them to come on grand stage and do something, to show their skills to others. In the national heroes, we have Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, who empowers the people of subcontinent by the means of education. He inaugurated the Muhammad Anglo-Oriental College and Aligarh University, from where are many other leaders like Chaudhry Rahmat Ali belongs. We have Abdul Sattar Idi, the greatest humanitarian personality of his time. Internationally, we have Nelson Mandela, we have Martin Luther King Jr., who fought for the rights of the Negro peoples in America. Mr. President, a person never become a leader if he doesn't empower other pupils. If a person wants to be a leader, he have to empower others by his thoughts, by his deeds. And it is the fact that no one can become a successful, get the strength, and no one became a leader if he doesn't have a leader for himself to get empowered. Until he becomes a leader and starting empowering others. Mr. President, in the last few years, we have lost our many diamonds, like Amjad Sabri, like Junaid Jamshed, like Abdul Sattar Idi, like Ali Satpara. And Pakistan need more leaders like them to get empowered, because a leader is the one who empowers his nation, and the leader are those who empower others. Thank you.
Very well. I would like to call Misbah Imran from Superior College, Hyderabad, whose topic is Great Things Never Come From the Comfort Zone.
They crowded him, defeated him, pushed him, hurled him to say, Hindustan. But he looked into their eyes and replied, Pakistan Zindabad. Weight was on his shoulders, and he was asked to say, Hindustan Zindabad. But he stood up again, looked back into their eyes and replied, Pakistan Zindabad. His nails were clipped, there was blood, and he was asked to say, Hindustan Zindabad. But he wrote with his blood on the walls of Indian jail, Pakistan Zindabad, Pakistan Zindabad, Pakistan Zindabad, and proved that great things never come from the first place. Honorable Chair, someone rightly said that if you want something you have never had, then you have to do something you have never done, and there is no doubt in it. Honorable Chair, when I peeked into the golden era of history. I saw our great leaders struggling and battling for Pakistan by coming out of their comfort zone. I saw Nelson Mandela fighting for the rights of black people by coming out of his comfort zone. I saw Abdul Sattar Idi working day and night for the welfare of Pakistan by coming out of his comfort zone. I saw young and brave Quaid-e-Azam Hassan who gave upon his own life but save the innocent children by coming out of his comfort zone. Then I should say, I must say, and I will say that great things never come from comfort zone. Success never comes from comfort zone. You have to get up and struggle for it. Failures, rejections, disappointments, when you overcome everything, you will be there where magic happens. Honorable Chair, yesterday I stood in front of the mirror and I asked myself, mirror, mirror, how Namira Salim became the first Pakistani to climb Mount Everest. It replied by coming out of her comfort zone. I asked how Muniba Mazari, despite of being disabled, became the Iron Lady of Pakistan. It replied by coming out of her comfort zone. I asked how Sharmeen Ubaid brought 2 Oscars to Pakistan through her filmmaking skills. It replied by coming out of her comfort zone. I asked how Nigar Johar became the first Pakistani woman to reach the rank of Lieutenant General. It replied by coming out of her comfort zone. Honorable Chair, the words of mirror touched my heart, motivated my mind and pledged me to say that great things never come from comfort zone. Honorable Chair, we the men, he created us. We who have the power to open our eyes and look above, to look at the streaks of dawn, to look at the wheeling of vision, to look at the banishment of unfair, to look at the battle of hope and fear. The skies, the rains, the clouds are ours. The rivers, the mountains, the valleys are ours. We have winds in our minds. We have storms in our blood. We have the power of pain and passion, the power to create happiness, the power to turn our dream into reality, and the power to come out of our comfort zone and achieve something great. That's it, and that's all.
That was Misbah M. Imran. Sahar Karim from the University of Sindh is going to be on stage, and her declamation topic is Leaders are those who empower others. Please welcome Sahar Karim.
Leadership is not about control, but service. It is not about power, but empowerment. Prestigious judges and honorable audience, Assalamu alaikum. As it is wisely said, don't give them fish. Instead, teach them fishing. So metaphorically, leaders are those who have the art of teaching fishing. Rather than solely providing directions and expecting others to follow, they believe in enabling people to make new directions. Throughout our history, we have examples of great leaders like Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Allama Iqbal, and many others who had not only provided their true vision but had also empowered the nation to reach their utmost potential and follow the path to success. Through his visionary speeches and constant struggle for independence, Quaid-e-Azam has exhibited the significance of empowerment for a nation. Similarly, Allama Iqbal had not only envisioned a dream, but had also written poetries in order to motivate the people of subcontinent to get empowered and pave the way to success. So my dear fellows, it is now apparent that leaders are those who shower the power so that their followers can reach the victory tower. So as a nation, it's our responsibility to put our shoulders to the wheels to sustain on that victory tower. My dear fellows, it is truly said that the old order changes, yielding place to new. So if we observe globally, we will see that nowadays the world is constantly evolving itself. Hence, there is no room for staticity and stagnance. In such an era, it is a necessity as well as compulsion for a leader to empower the followers so that
they can bring innovations to conventions. My dear fellows, visionary leaders are never behind power and authority. Instead, they admit that their real success lies in empowering the followers, because leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower. So my dear fellows, we can now deduce that it's a ruler who believes in controlling, but it's a leader who believes in empowering. Conclusively, I would like to add that there is difference between knowing the path and walking on it. But a leader is one who not only knows the path, goes the path, shows the path, but also empowers the followers to discover a new path. Last but not the least, leaders are those who empower others to make them fly without feathers. Thank you so much.
Very well. Now, another participant from County Girls College, Hyderabad is going to be on stage. I would like to call Aisha Lashari, and her topic is Great Things Never Come From the Comfort Zone. Please welcome Aisha Lashari.
Roy T. Bennett said, and I quote, "Comfort zone is a psychological state in which one feels familiar, safe, at ease, and secure. And if you always do what is easy and choose the path of least resistance, you never step outside your comfort zone." Mr. President, great things can never be achieved when we are comfortable, because we can never become what we want by remaining who we are. When you stay in the same space, you do not grow, and growing does not mean that you do not age, because you do, just in mediocrity. Growth means success, progress, developing awareness and knowledge, creating things and exploring places. Growth means transformation, and you can never achieve it when you're stuck in a routine. Albert Einstein once said, "A ship is always safe at the shore, but that is not what it is built for." Mr. President, this really resonates with us as human beings, because we are so resistant to struggles and issues that we end up trapping ourselves in a shell and think that it's going to save us from all the worldly atrocities, when it just leads us to a life of constant dread and pain. We as people are so concerned about comfort that we forget to address our own limitations. We forget that we are the drivers of this vehicle called life. We cannot just hand over our keys and let life happen by default. Remember, you have got only one of two paths to choose in life. One path is hard and it will be awkward, but I promise you that it will lead you to immense successes and achievements. As for the other path, it's more like a roundabout. You will end up right where you started, and the ride won't be smooth either. You'll be struggling all the way. Mr. President, you got to make the best decision for yourself. The road to life is supposed to be hard. It is filled with rocks, rejections, failures, and struggles, and it is going to be very scary because you will be stepping into the unknown. And just so you know, failure is not a backward stepping. In fact, it is a stepping stone to success. So yeah, as J.K. Rowling said, and I quote, it is impossible to live without failing at something, because unless you have lived so cautiously, you might have not lived at all. Ending my speech with J.M. Barrie's quote, "We are all failures, at least the best of us are."
Thank you, Maria. Now, the next speaker will speak on the topic, Great Things Never Come From the Comfort Zone. Please welcome Hassan Khalid from Jamiatul Anwar, Karachi.
If great things were to be achieved by comfort zone, then there would be no existence of unsuccessfulness in this world. Mr. President, if you take a look at the past on how Muslims were in pain, they weren't given their basic constitutional human rights. Daughters, mothers, and sisters were disrespected all day, but most worse than that, daughters were buried alive in graves. This was a tragic scenario before the independence. But luckily, a man full of courage and wisdom, stepped up to face this cruelty. This man became the light to show the Muslims the right path. Yes, Mr. President, this man was none other than Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who encouraged and tempted his people for freedom. And for this freedom, millions of Muslims are martyred, scholars were hanged in gallows, and mothers sacrificed their loved ones. They did all of this just to get an independent country. And you know what, Mr. President? They also proved that a little darkness is needed to see the stars. Mr. President, great things never come from comfort zone. You can tell that with the example of our Prophet ﷺ when he was given the Nubuwah. He called his people to the Mount Safa and asked them, "Oh people, what do you think of me?" They replied, "Oh Muhammad, we think of you as a truthful person." Then he again asked, "If I say that there's an army behind this mountain and wants to attack you, will you believe me?" They replied, "We will believe you, because you're the person filled with truthfulness." And then our Prophet ﷺ said, "Ya ayyuhan nas, qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu." Oh people, say la ilaha illallah and be successful. But his uncle Abu Lahab fiercely replied, "Tabballaka ya Muhammad, alihaza jama'atana." Oh Muhammad, be destroyed. Is this the reason for which you have gathered us all? Na'uzubillah. And since after then, our Prophet ﷺ was tortured by them, teased by them. They irritated him while worshipping Allah. They threw rocks at him, hit him with everything they have got. But he did not give up, Mr. President, and kept on going, conveying and spreading the message of Allah with all his might till the occasion of Hajjatul Wida, when Islam was in power. And at that moment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum." Today, I have completed your religion for you. Mr. President, take an example of an Ernesto Argentine, Marxist revolutionary man, a born commemorate, a seeker of justice, a man born slavery in the fertile land of Cuba, a rebellious man by nature who was born leader, Mr. President. He saw a dream. He saw the ray of shining in the city of blind. He was free and he saw the dream of freedom. And in fulfillment of that dream, he tricked to fight from the cruelness of time and from coercion of time. So he was given the title of guerrilla leader, Mr. President. And his strong intent brought that storm in the land of Cuba, that so-called superpower armies. Every single person was killed by each person of guerrilla army. And that great leader, Che Guevara, later on became the diplomat of Cuba and showed that comforts can be achieved. But after hard work, Mr. President, as Allah says in the Quran, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. So undoubtedly, along with hardships, there is ease. Undoubtedly, along with hardships, there is much more ease. And yes, Mr. President, if you on the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I would like to call Alisha Khokhar from County Girls College, Hyderabad. And her topic is, your brain is a thinking tool, not a storage device. Please welcome Alisha Khokhar.
The brain has muscles for thinking as the legs has muscles for walking. Our brains, the marvelous creation of God, is designed to perform wonderful functions and transcend man-made boundaries. It is much more than a worthless dumping bag. But unfortunately, the current system treats it as a mere dumping bag which is persistently dumped with that which barely one understands. Once a great philosopher, Aristotle said, your brain is for having ideas, not storing them. What a wonderful saying. Yes, Mr. President, brain is the epicenter of ideas, new perspective and a whole new world. It is the miracle of outstanding brain that descends of anthropoid venture over moon and flayed Mars. Mr. President, here, I would like to question those who prefer storing to thinking. On the back of storage potential brain, what have you achieved? What have you invented? And what have you yet discovered? And certainly, their answer is nothing. Mere storage potential brain limits you to imitating others' work, imitating someone else's inventions, imitating someone else's discoveries, just akin to copycat. where thinking capabilities of brain ushered the being into marvels of the world. War led to the invention of aeroplane. War led to the invention of submarines. War led to the invention of mega infrastructures. It was indeed thinking. Man's curiosity and thoughtfulness compelled him to fly like birds, swim underwater like fishes, and build giant buildings. Mr. President, it is the contemplative nature of human beings which elevates him among all other species. If it would have been storing abilities of brain, then I think animals would have been no different from us. Isn't so? But alas, 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 after all these revealing bitter realities, most education systems resort to storage faculties of brain. A child's brain is dumb with knowledge. Yes, Mr. President, I am saying dumb, because that knowledge is worthless unless it translates into action or goes through the phase of thinking. When a child is asked to do anything creative or out of box, fails to do so. Why? Because that child's brain is taught to be storage device, not a thinking tool. Mr. President, beyond any doubt, it is evident now. The prerequisite for success is to use the contemplative faculties of brain. So my dear fellows, start using your brain like a high-performance instrument and stop using it like a dumping bag. I will conclude my debate with these words. Your brain is a thinking tool. If you not think so, then you are the biggest fool. Thank you.
That was Misbah Muhammad Imran. Now, let's move on. Our next speaker, Kiran Khalil from County Girls College, is going to speak on the topic, Leaders are those who empower others. Please welcome Kiran Khalil.
Who makes the great leader today? Many of us carry this image that all knows the leader, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who stands, comments and protects his followers. But that is a long detailed image. As we look ahead, leaders are those who empower others, who knows the way, goes the way and shows the way. I totally agree with it, because leadership is not all about urging and having authority on others. It's about taking responsibility of others. It's about encouraging others. It's about identifying the strength and weakness of each person. Mr. President, being a leader is two-way street. Being a leader is not being a director, it's listening to others, it's dealing with people with diplomacy and remaining respectful, polite. Be the leader you wish to head in your lives. Leadership is not a rank. Leadership is not a position. Although leadership is a decision, it's a choice. It has nothing to do with your rank and position. If you decide to look after the person to the left of you, if you decide to look after the person to the right of you, then you are a leader. Leaders are those who empower others. A leader is nothing without his fellows or team members. A leader is like a shepherd. Leadership is the act of leading or guiding a team in such a manner that the success of one is directly linked to the success of the whole team. Leadership is something that cannot be taught or learned. It's about having a vision and man. As the famous quote says, leaders are not born, they are made to struggle, wisdom, empathy, and power. Best leader is someone who encourages his team. A leader is someone who stands not only for his cause, but also takes responsibility and motivates others. A leader must be able to inspire people and show them the bright side of an idea to achieve a common goal. A leader is someone who has believed in his fellows first, then to understand themselves and where to focus, allow them to build on their strength. If something wrong has been done and you are blaming everyone accept yourself, then you can never be a leader. If you are a good leader, you don't need to be strong, don't need to be smart, don't need to be faster. You need to be empowers others. You need to be strong but not rude. You need to be kind but not weak. You need to be humble but not timid. You need to be thoughtful but not lazy. Be proud but not arrogant. If you actively inspire others to dream, learn more, do more and become more. Now I'm going to end my speech with this quote. We need leaders not in love with money. We need but in humanity, justice, not in love with publicity, but in prayers. Thank you.
Now, Mohammad Hashir Khan from Liaquat University of Medical and Health Sciences is going to come up on stage, and his topic is Great Things Never Come from the Comfort Zone. Please welcome Mohammad Hashir Khan.
Shannon, an elder, says, and I quote, "Life always begins with one step outside of your comfort zone." In front of my eyes, respected President, are the times when speaking truth was one of the crimes. The time when system was unjust and leaders were cruel. The time when dead bodies were their fire's fuel. The time when atrocities on Muslims were out of control. The time when subcontinent was under the British rule. When there was all dark, no light, there stood a man, firm and bright. Despite being in the lead, he, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, led every class and every group of Muslims of subcontinent, and he led every group and every class and every group of Muslims of subcontinent, and he led a hopeless group. He earned the title Quaid-e-Azam, the greatest of the leaders, and at 14th of August 1947, he pulled out a nation on the world's map, Pakistan, a nation whose existence was doubted by everybody at that moment. But he told this world that even if nobody is with you, you have to start alone so that you can build your own castle from the stones you own. But constant struggle, failures and experiments are necessary, because great things never come from the comfort zone. Yes, respected President, great things never come from the comfort zone. This phrase, respected President, is not merely just a piece of line, but a lesson of life indeed. But a question arises here: what actually a comfort zone is? So the comfort zone is a place or a situation where you feel safe and at ease, where there is no risk provided, and which gradually turns your life into a cage which bounds you from doing new things, which bounds you from discovering new ventures, and eventually which bounds you from being successful. Comfort zone is a really beautiful place, but nothing grows there. There is this circle in your life named as comfort zone, and outside of this circle is where magic happens, because great success never comes at ease. As Roy T. Bennett says, and I quote, that comfort is your biggest, that it's only once you've stepped out of your comfort zone that you start to change, grow and transform. So what's the problem then? But wait, respected President, main problem arises from here. Every one of us, I repeat, every one of us enjoys living in ease and fears from something which requires a struggle, and this is an unfortunate reality. That we wait just for miracles to happen without putting the right amount of effort, just because they disturb our routine and our comfort, and this needs to end, respected President. We need to understand that we cannot create magic until and unless we are in our comfort zone. We all know that there is something pinching us, there is something hurting us in our comfort zone, but we are just so lazy to leave it. Comfort is our biggest trap, and moving out of the comfort zone is our biggest challenge, and now we need to take this challenge. We can only grow if we are willing to feel uncomfortable and awkward while doing new things. We can only grow if we make mistakes and learn from them, because constant pressure is necessary to turn a coal into a gem. And for a moment, think. If comfort would have been dearer to Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, there would be no Muslim living in this world today. If comfort would have been dearer to Nelson Mandela, there would be no black people living freely in this world today. From Sir Syed to Quaid-e-Azam, Raja Aziz to MM Alam, Abdul Qadir to Arfa Karim, Abdul Salam to Hakim Saeed, Jeff Bezos, Jack Ma, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, stand, clap, and pay a salute to their struggle, because they stayed a good battle comfort zone and ruled the world. You live for so long in your comfort zone. Now once put your life on the line. The same hands you offered for only prayers. With weapons, let once those shine, pulling off the crescent from the sky. Decorate your flag that is crimson red. Let the sunrise live longer. You offer your precious life. Go ahead. You offer your precious life. Go ahead. Thank you so much.
was an energetic performance. Now, before announcing the results, our jury members will share their views on this competition. Please welcome Ms. Aisha Lashari.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. A very good evening. First of all, congratulations on performing so well. You all did a great job. Please clap for yourself. I really do appreciate you for the way you participated, the way you talked, the way you were presenting yourself. Some of you were just so amazing, and I was mesmerized by the way you had great command over language, the way you were presenting yourself, the way you had confidence. Some openings were very unexpected. Like, you look at somebody's appearance and you're like, they might sound a certain way, but when they are in front of you, they just, like boom, this person, talk like that or talk that way. I really loved all the performances. You were very good with pronunciation, you were very good at accent, you were very good at the delivery, but there are certain things that we have to keep in mind while we are working on these things, because as we know, there's always some space, some room for improvement, and these are the very points on which you have to work upon. Number one, memory. Memorizing your content is the most important thing when you are participating in a debate or a speech competition. You need to be very good at memorizing whatever you have written, whatever you are performing, because if you forget something right in front of a big audience, it takes a lot from your performance, it takes a lot from you, it takes a lot from your tone, your confidence. You suddenly start shaking, you suddenly start forgetting, you lose control over yourself, over your body language, just because you forgot a certain thing. Remembering things, memorizing stuff, knowing what I'm going to talk about gives you a lot of strength. So make sure that next time, whenever you are participating in any kind of stuff, your memory is not something that gets you in trouble. Okay, please work on your memory, otherwise everything was so incredible. Second thing, eye contact. Try to make sure that you are having a great eye contact with the people around you, with the judges, with the audience, with everybody, even the cameraman. Okay, so because it's very important, it makes you develop a connection with the people you are performing in front of, and having great eye contact, having great energy in your body gives you a lot of strength. So please work on it. And the third thing, body language. Please work on it. There were speakers who were standing like that here, so it doesn't really give a good impression while you are in a professional setting, while you're talking about certain things and looking down again and again, then moving here, then confusedly and nervously moving your body. So when you have a great control over your body, it gives the other person the impression that you know what you're doing, you know why you're here, why you are here, and you understand the reason, the way you have worked, the way you have presenting yourself, you understand it totally. So please work on your memory. Please try and develop great eye contact. कि judges को भी confuse कर दो. You just have that energy, just have that power that you know what you are doing and you're gonna get it. Okay, and then body language. Please be firm, be strong, be nice, be kind, be generous. Just have the power and the energy that when people are looking at you, they are only looking at you. Okay, otherwise, great job, great effort. I'm so inspired and I'm so happy that you guys have such great command over language, great pronunciation, great work and great content. Many congratulations and all the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha.
Now, I would like to call our next jury member on stage. Please welcome Ms. Nausheen Memon.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. It was really great to listen to you. It's really not easy to come, and present in front of the audience, to speak in such a good way, with a good content, with a good pronunciation, with a good style. And I was so amazed to see that every one of you, you got such a good memory that you were remembering everything and you were presenting in such a good way. But yes, there are some of the flaws as well, and of course we are learning through our mistakes. So these mistakes are, really those type of mistakes that you have to work on yourself. And there are only 3 awards, first, second and third. So if you are a part of this contest and if you're winning like first, second and third, so that's your achievement. But if you are not, even then, that doesn't mean that you have not achieved something. You have got a good exposure. For the second chance, of course, you are going to be prepared yourself. But yes, some of the flaws were there. I just really want to, talk about that. If you want to, have a good practice of your speech or any kind of the debate, always, get ready for that and present in front of the mirror. Because mirror is the best audience that is making you assure that how you're doing it. It can come for the accent, it can come for the style as well, how your face gestures are and how you are presenting it, how it feels when you look in the mirror and you see yourself, that how you look like. So I guess so that mirror is the best audience that can tell you that how you are presenting. Otherwise, a good performance was there from all of you. Somewhere there was I cannot say that there was a lack of memory or something like that. It happens because when you come in front of the audience, a good style was being presented by few of you participants, and how you were presenting, that you were not remembering but you were presenting in your own words. So that was something really I appreciate. Few of the participants, they were speaking by their own mind. So that was really appreciable, and wish you best of luck for your future as well, inshallah. If you are not going to be a winner of this part, next time you will be.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nausheen. Now I would like to call our third jury member. Please welcome Ms. Nida Kanwal.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are doing great. Well, I'm extremely spellbounded and mesmerized by looking at all your performances. It was really a great show. I have also learned many things, like it's not an easy job to come here and then to speak in front of the audience. Miss Nausheen and then Miss Aisha has highlighted many things where you can, bring improvement while speaking. But there are certain things that I would like to speak is like when you are a good, speaker, when you're coming in front of the audience, the first thing, like you all have this skill is like your confidence. And I must appreciate this. Secondly, I would like to talk about your eye contact. Okay, many of you were quite good in looking each one of the audience, but there were some of you like you guys were looking down again and again. So you need to improve that as well. And the third most and foremost skill is about when you are forgetting your content. So you have to practice your content before you are coming on stage and then presenting in front of the audience. Otherwise, everything was so amazing, and I'm in love with you all. All of your performances, like especially your content and your tone was so amazing. Some of the girls, like they were so good when when I was listening to them, because I cannot speak like that as you guys were doing it. Okay, so great job, and then a big round of applause for all of them. Amazing.
Thank you all. And the third position of the Jinnah All-Sindh English Declamation Contest 2021 goes to Fatima Naveed from County Girls College, Hyderabad. She is receiving the cash prize of 2,000 rupees along with the winning shield. Congratulations, Fatima. Now, the second position goes to Hassan Bin Khalid from Jamiatul Anwar, Karachi. He is receiving the cash prize of 3,000 rupees along with the winning shield. Congratulations, Hassan. And the speaker who got the title of the Jinnah All-Sindh English Declamation Contest 2021 is Misbah Imran from Superior College, Hyderabad. She is receiving the cash prize of 5,000 rupees along with the winning shield. Congratulations, Misbah. For all the other participants, you did quite well today. And it's a huge thing that you made it to finals. And we appreciate your efforts for that. with the aim to follow the legacy and principles of the founder of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Stay tuned with Gems TV with this kind of positive and educational programs. Happy Jinnah Day!